Okay, we are live. I hope you guys are all having a great Tuesday. Sorry about being 1 hour later than normal here, but that was what was necessary for today. So rest assured, we have some incredible guitars here, so it will be worth it. I'd like to think, at least. We'll have a fun comparison here between three miraculous Hauser guitars that I've just been having so much fun playing. As some of you all know, I was out for the past week. I was teaching at Simon Powis' Classical Guitar Corner retreat. I also played a concert there. It was so much fun. What great students. Who knows, maybe someone that was there is tuning in here today. Maybe I doubt it, but I'm not sure. There was a lot of guitar lovers there. But let me just say, I missed my guitars. I had one guitar, which was great, of course, but what is life without being able to compare three Hausers, right? I'm joking, of course, to some degree, but what fun it is to be able to share these guitars with you all as well. And I'm trying here for the first time a dual stream, so some might even be watching in vertical, which might be interesting. Maybe it'll catch more people that are not my die-hard regulars here. So what's up, Brian from Los Angeles? What's up, Brian? And hello, Sergio. Great to hear from you in Albania. I've got a friend in Albania right now. Hi, Dennis in Canada. No worries, I was not here for the last live stream. And Vincenzo from Italy. All right, we got some of the homies here. Some of the friends. What's up, Brian from Pensacola? You know what? Brian W. here in Los Angeles and Brian H. from Pensacola have such similar usernames. What is up with that? It's Brian W. and Brian H. and then 4 digits at the end. Sergio says, how many guitars should one guitarist own? One more. That's right. Well, okay. I know you guys have waited for me to show up here. Those of you maybe have been waiting an hour. I did post that it's going to be 1 hour later today. I realized I messed up with scheduling, so sorry about that. Hi, Brian, up in Round Rock. We got 3 Brians here. If we get a 4th, I'll bring out a special guitar. A 4th Brian. Hello from Rhode Island. Awesome. What's up, Francisco? Tuning in from California, Dalton. What's up? All right. We've got a crew here. Well, let me just tell you all about the guitars that I'm going to be showing you here today. I mean, it's going to be a great time. And I'm stalling here because I'm checking what was the order. This is good so that it makes sense later. Okay, right. Oh, wow. No problem. We're starting with the 1936 Hauser. Okay, we're going chronologically here is the order. That's easy for me to remember. Well, we're starting out with just a simple little nothing of a Hauser here. Just kidding. This is a 1936 Hauser I. From one of the most important years, one off from, of course, the famous Hauser that Segovia played on most of his career, the 1937, and Bream owned in 1936. You guys, there's a full video review of this guitar and a really cool separate video as well. It's ridiculous. I was tuning this up after not playing it for maybe 9 days or so because I traveled for 6. And the past couple of days I've been catching up with emails. I've hardly touched a guitar. And when I first played a chord, I mean, I'm sure so many of you can relate to this. Once you've been away from a guitar for a little while and then you finally play it again, you are almost listening as if it's your first time hearing it again. You hear all sorts of interesting new things about the sound. Or you're reminded by what your impression was. And when I play this guitar, I feel that it has an unusual depth for most of the Hausers that I know, which are honestly mostly later Hausers or very early ones. You know, it's a very fortunate experience to play one around 1937. beautiful richness. You could just play these chords. Of course, this one is at a completely different price tier than the other two guitars, being from such an important year. 1936, yeah, Brian W. says, beautiful tone for 90 years old. Exactly. Incredible Brazilian rosewood here. And it's just an absolute jewel. Look at these beautiful Landstorfer tuners. Being very careful with this guitar. Just look at the engraving. That reverse gearing, of course. Can you see that? Just incredible. I mean, you have... You have everything that you could want. I mean... The trebles have this attack to them that feels so much like Santos Hernandez, but with just this little magical clarity that Hauser achieved at the time that must have drawn Segovia in, I mean, this is, and people like Julian Bream, of course, who played in 1936 Hauser. But at the same time, the depth in the basses is like a great Santos Hernandez, Just listen to this. I'm going to just kind of show you. It's a type of guitar that you are unfamiliar with. Really. I mean, I play a lot of guitars here, and then there's things that you're just like, wow, listen how deep and beautiful and warm this is. How it brightens up. I mean, I'm not over here. I'm not Ponticello here. I'm over the sound hall. And then I mean, this is just so deep and mysterious. It's a miracle of a guitar that gets you doing so many musical things that are unheard of. As you can tell, just an extremely special guitar. My hands are a little rusty right now because, like I said, I've been emailing mostly for the past 2 days. And today I got to get back to recording. It's starting with this live stream. And wow, should we move on to the next one? Now, of course, what I just showed you, this Hauser one from 1936, it is these Hauser I guitars are the most prized. They're played by all of the greats. Of course, Bream and Segovia. How do you get greater than that? Just absolute dreams of guitars. And then we have Hauser II, the next generation. Also played by a lot of greats. And, you know, everything from Hauser I was passed down in this way. You know, the wood supply, how to build these instruments. And oftentimes we come up with very comparable instruments. And this one right here, which I'm going to go ahead and grab, from the year 1960. Now, of course, this is 24 years later. This guitar was built by Hermann Hauser II. Is an incredible, incredible example. First off, there's these beautiful bear claw patterns on the top on this piece of spruce. Now, maybe it's not that apparent. It's not like a really wild bear claw pattern, but it's something subtle and beautiful with just this beautiful age at the top. This is the famous number 666. This one was owned by Bresnikar is the last name. I have a CD of his here. In fact, it's right around the corner here, just out of reach. But this has had a CD recorder. It's performed at the White House. It's very now not the UFC fight at the White House, okay? Not quite that level of cool, but joking, guys, joking. This is an incredible Hauser II with a very rich and resonant sound. But it's a different sound. It's not quite as deep as the 1936, but it has that clarity. And actually, the way it sings above the 12th fret and everywhere in the trebles is just second to none. Just an incredible guitar. What do you guys think about this? Of course, Brazilian rosewood back and sides. Just beautiful. The original tuners also with a very nice, different, but beautiful engraving. Have a look. I'm a tuner nerd, y'all. If y'all don't know that by now, you are messing up. And I just love the color of the head of this guitar. It's distinctive. It's a very distinctive looking Hauser. Kyle says, out of all categories, acoustic, electric, and classical, a Hauser II is my dream guitar. Each note tells a story. You can't agree more, you know. what Segovia says, a Hauser guitar is a friend for life. Printed on the certificate from the Hauser family, which is a nice quote to have from Segovia. Really nice punch to it. Keep on playing because I'm so rusty playing Scarlatti here. Brian W says, achingly beautiful tone, favorite Hauser. Yeah, it's just, I can't agree more. It's just such a great sound, this guitar. And you know what the great thing about Hausers, the shape of the neck, the way they play, they're very easy to play guitars. I mean, this is a thin neck. It's rather C-shaped. The action is low, and it's just, music flows out of it. By the way, if you haven't said hello yet, please leave a comment, drop a note in the live chat here, and if you're watching this in the future, you can always use the timestamps in order to skip around to the different Hausers that you're curious about. But yeah, there's 30 people watching here, and I'm curious, if you're watching vertically on your phone, it's the first time I'm doing a dual stream, if you're watching vertically on your phone, let me know. I'd be curious who's watching vertically. Brian says it produces both dark and bright tones. Yeah, it's very, very special. Just so beautiful. Hauser II, 1960, number 666. There's a link to this in the description, so you can read about it, you can see the price, all of those things. Yeah, this is one of those guitars that if I could keep it, I would. It's such an incredible Hauser. Oh, great. A couple of people say me. I think you mean you are watching via vertical stream. Kim says, good morning, Evan. That guitar sounds awesome. Hey, I'm glad you're enjoying it. What is that piece? That was Villalobos Prelude number 1. The major section of it. That's the one that starts... Excuse me, I'm allergic to Hausers. I'll be demonetized for that, but don't worry, I'm not getting rich off of the live stream revenue. I'll make a grand total of 35 cents today. And in turn, they feed you guys tons of ads, unfortunately, whether I have monetization turned on or off. I'm watching on phone and TV at the same time so I can write. You know what, Ahmed, it's not good enough. We need phone, TV, iPad. What other devices are there? Oh, wow. Yeah, you should be able to read the chats on full desktop computer too. Absolute beautiful guitar. Again, you know what, before I put it down, I know some of you are just joining. 1960 Hauser II, number 666. So if you're into that, then more power to you. I'm not really, I know I was making a big deal out of it because it's funny, it's interesting, but I would just burn this guitar. No, I'm kidding. Check it out. There's that V joint. Oh, it's focusing on my face. Not cool. There's the beautiful V joint. Just a cool guitar. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So far, now, those of you that joined in a little bit earlier had the fortune of hearing the Hauser I in comparison. Those of you that are late, you're never going to see it again. I'm kidding. That's just the consequence of showing up late. I'm joking. Today I'm going like kind of one guitar at a time and not gonna, do a brief introduction. I think that's kind of the more natural way. So let's see. The next guitar is a different one, but it is another Hauser II, okay? This one is one that I own. This is a Hauser II from 1969. Now, there's some interesting things about this one. One, it's shorter scale length. This is a Llobet model. And also the plantilla of the guitar, if you can see here, it's not quite as big as the others. Like the Hauser II, the normal like Segovia model is like a little bit wider. I mean, it's such an immeasurable amount. It doesn't matter that much. But you could probably tell it's a little bit more petite. But incredible figuring in the spruce top. Now look, there is a lot of wear to this top. Lots of nail marks, one repaired crack. But the charm to this sound is very different than the others. It's warmer and it's more Spanish sounding, which I quite like. It's a little bit more forgiving of a sound. And that's why I love this guitar. Excuse me. It's from 1969. So this is the newest Hauser I have here. And look at that back. You see, I'm not even trying that hard to make this beautiful. Can you imagine? You're just sitting here with your guitar, and that's what's shining at you. It looks like I've got a light inside the guitar, and it's illuminating it. But it just has this beautiful reddish color to it. That, you know what, I have to imagine, in 1969, this guitar was probably much lighter colored. Like, this Brazilian was probably very new looking and very, like, pale. But now it's darkened up and it's got this red tone. And, well, let's test it out, right? That headstock, just gorgeous. One moment. Oh, the smell of this one's insane. I love the way this one fills up. Honestly, this one, don't read too far into this, but this one for me is the easiest to play without being so precise with my nails. It's a little more forgiving, and the first string is a miracle. It's not like this always with Hausers. They're a little bit more rough around the edges with that bright first string, but it sounds like a modern guitar with the volume of that first string. It's so much fun to play. The 640 scale length is... You know what I really enjoy about this guitar is that, you know, it is warmer, no doubt, than the other two Hausers I showed you today, the Hauser I, 1936, and the Hauser II, 1960. This one's no doubt warmer. However, you can drive it and get almost the same level of brightness. Now, the Hauser I, something special with how you're over here, you know. But on this guitar, it rewards you from pushing, and it gets brighter when you push. You see, it really gets nice and bright and... I just love driving this guitar, and like I said, so easy to play. It's a little bit more forgiving, and it's 640 scale, so it's just easier. I mean, it is true that Hauser guitars sometimes get a bad rap for being like a little bit difficult to play. I don't think it's at all from the neck shape or the setup or anything like that. I think it just has to do with the sound and how you have to be a little bit more precise with that right hand. But this is a forgiving one. And I have to admit, these basses are not the newest, like the strings. But it still sounds so rich. can see in which, the way in which this guitar sings. Amazing first string. That's like such a qualifier for a guitar for me. Let's see, let's read some comments. There's a lot here. Oh my gosh. Wow, let's scroll back. Cure your Hauser allergy with a good Torres. It's not enough for sure. How would you compare the volume and projection compared to a double top like Wagner or Dahmen? Well, you know what? It's nothing similar. Those guitars are way louder, and anyone that tells you otherwise is just like in this dreamland of traditional guitars, thinking that they truly do project so much better than double tops. It's just not the case. I'll tell you guys, that's for me not the case. But I'll tell you what's also not the case. Volume is not everything. It's nothing, in fact. You know, volume is not, it is not in my top qualifications for a guitar. Now, it needs to have adequate volume, but it does not need to have volume that's like beats all the others. If you want that, just get some lattice brace or double top guitar. If you're playing chamber music, that's gonna be better, you know? But this guitar sings so beautifully, and the music will be conveyed to people. And that's what touches people, not the loudest guitar in the room. So you're gonna hear me work both sides of that because I feel strongly about both of these types of things. So, okay, let me move on. Let's see. Oh my gosh, cool. Joris says he has a Hauser 1957 restored by Taki. That's awesome. Restoration of historic instruments. Well, when it's necessary, it's necessary. That's my thought on it. Have I ever tried the Hauser with gut strings? No, I haven't. Around that time, many people were already using nylon, and I do not think gut is superior in any way. Again, hot take here. Ahmed said this one's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I've had several Hauser III older ones. I've had a 1989. You can check it out. There's a review on my page of that, which is one of my favorite recordings at my old place. My teacher had a 1969 Llobet. Hey, it probably was this guitar. There's not that many Llobet models. Much more Spanish sounding, yes. Brian says beautiful. Miro says hi. 1960. Sounds like an old Ramirez. Yeah, I get it. I want to play for you Julia Florida by Barrios. incredible guitar. And I'm going to keep myself quiet here. I'm going to move to the Hauser I here and play that same piece. Sorry, I'm a little out of tune. You know what the truth is about this Hauser I? If I tune it a little bit low, like this, let me show you this. It's a quarter of a step, or an eighth of a whole step. Yeah, a quarter of a half step. Like this. Sorry, we got a button here. Sounds so great like this. Not to throw a loop in it all there, but sounds so nice, slightly detuned. It's a little bit more relaxed. This was the Hauser I, 1936. Now remember, these are now tuned to 440, these other ones. And now the Hauser II 1969, Llobet. Well, I'll wrap things up there as far as playing goes. But I do want to answer some questions here and some comments that I saw. So if you do have a question, you got to write it right now because there's always a delay a little bit, maybe by 10 seconds. So let me know. Let's see. So Sergio, I saw your comment there. So I went ahead and played the Hauser I one more time for you there. And that was a lot of fun. Do you find vintage Hausers harder to play challenging pieces? Not if it's set up right. No, I think these are actually very easy to play challenging pieces on. I mean, does a raised fingerboard, all this stuff make things easier? Yes, if I'm being honest, a little bit easier, but it doesn't make anything impossible to play. And I have plenty of modern guitars that don't have raised fingerboards also. So, Brent Hardwick, so impressive to hear you switch from instrument to instrument and not be troubled by scalings, neck shapes, and fingerboard widths. Obviously, Holzman's instructions were not wasted on you. Oh, that's sweet. You know what? It's Bruce and Adam and Renee and my former teachers that really imparted with me a love for these instruments. And so I'm very thankful to them for that. They generously would share showing us instruments and letting us play them. In fact, where I'm at here now in Austin, Adam Holtzman would have us over and have us try his instruments on Thanksgiving sometimes. So it's really a experience I'm so thankful for. And you know what? I got to say also, just being in university and trying so many people's guitars really gives you an information on how to try instruments and how to adapt to them. But I appreciate the comment, Brent. Yeah, interesting, Joris. Yeah, it sounds correct. It sounds like you really like these guitars. Yeah. I don't know if one sounds better than the other. They are all just different from one another. DSW says, leaning towards number 1, Hauser I. Right on. Oh, what's up, Dave? Hey, Evan, nice to see you back at it. Yeah, but man, it's been catching up on emails past couple of days. This is my first notes on guitar in 2 days. Nice to see you back at it, and so great to spend the week with you. Last week you hang out. Oh, man. Yes, Dave was there at the Classical Guitar Corner Summer School. So much fun in New Hampshire. I was mentioning this at the beginning, too. That's why I missed the live stream last week. It's all your fault. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, you guys, by the way, anyone watching here, if you are a lover of classical guitar and you maybe don't have a teacher, you do have a teacher, but maybe not a huge community around you, or maybe you do, you got to check out Classical Guitar Corner. I've referred students there. They've got such a killer community of guitarists and a curriculum that will not leave you hanging. I mean, they've got sight reading and all these different grade levels that are really well thought out. And then the best thing is I saw this summer school, like so many people know each other from online in the forums the previous year. It's such a cool thing. I was so happy I got to teach at it, perform a concert, which was, you guys, it's a bunch of guitar nerds like y'all and me here that was there listening at the concert. It's just such a fun audience to play for. Anyways, Classical Guitar Corner, check it out. Thanks, Dave. Good to see you. The third one's the best sounding. Oh, shoot. What is that? This one, the 1969? I love this one. Like I said, it's so much fun, the more Spanish sounding here from the Llobet model, and it's 640 scale. So my hand's not being warmed up. It's a little forgiving for me. Sergio says, which are the most comfortable in your opinion? It's hard to say. Like I said, I think this one is the 1969. It's good, got a nice low action, and it's 640 scale. So yeah, it's a little bit more comfortable in that way. Phil, it says, I can't decide between the 36 and the 69. Perhaps I should buy both. You know, Phil, there's no reason to choose between them. Like I said, you know what? Can we please throw the 1960 into the mix here? The guitar community is a cool one for sure, especially the ones that know the nylon guitars are the best. Hey, Dalton, you know what? You're right. If someone even utters something about steel string guitars or electric guitars, they probably all sound the same. Who am I quoting there? One of my favorite new YouTubers, I'll tell you that. They probably all sound the same. Optically, the 1969 is so beautiful. Oh, look at that. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate that, man. That was such a great time. Still riding the high of that time. It's so great. Yep, we're getting some sore hands comments here. Man, he's pretty funny. Who thinks I should have sore hands come here? And we'll see if he's been faking his videos. like Marcin. For a collector, the 1960 must be so cool since everything is so original. Yeah, it is pretty cool, huh? They all sound exactly the same. I think he would say that about a lot of guitars here. We need Mr. Hands. Yeah, wow, there's a lot of fans here. That's pretty cool. I really like what he's creating. I watch almost all of his videos. But I skip when he gets to the practice log. Come on, guys. You would have a lot of fun together. I think so. I think it would be a blast. I'm a little worried he's going to roast me. But anyway, send him this clip, youngsters. I'm kidding. All right, guys, I need to sign off. I haven't had anything to eat today. I had my 3 boiled eggs. Now it's time to have some lunch. You guys, what a pleasure it is to be back. Write to me if you're looking for something special. I've just got an incredible list of guitars here right now. If you're like, hey, Evan, what did you get in that you haven't talked about or put in the emails or whatever, write to me. Like this video before you leave, because then it'll show up to more people in the future. I think this is one of the best attended live streams, so go figure. You put a couple of Hausers, three Hausers in a live stream. But please like this video. Seriously, it will make a difference for more people seeing them in the future. Tomorrow, a video releases on an incredible brand new Greg Smallman guitar that's already sold. Sorry. But thanks you all. It's so great to see you. Stay in touch, and I'm going to for real sign off now. Thanks for all the likes rolling in here. Guys, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.